this. People spend the money they don't have to buy things they don't need because they care more about what people think of them than what they think about themselves. Hey, if you cannot break free from this kind of mentality, you won't be able to live the life you want. Of course, you won't be able to play big. Hello everyone, this is Inspire Tuesday number 83. Because our team at Icon Dental Center believes that starting the day motivated and inspired sets up the rest of the day for success. We bring quotes to our morning huddles and it has been so positive to our team that we decided to share it with you and hope to motivate and inspire you as well. Today the topic is don't play small. The term play small is a person that is focused on a short-term gain and a temporary comfort and relief and validation from others. It's usually motivated by fears. The problem is, even though you get that short-term comfort, it will hold you back from reaching greatness and reaching your fullest potential. So I have in here 3 tips to help our team and you to not play small. I'll talk about 2 tips, bring 1 quote, and then 1 more tip. Enjoy! Tip number 1 is don't seek external validation. Okay, the main thing people boycott themselves is because they care too much about the approval of others. I've said this before. So today I'm gonna say, it's like this. People spend the money they don't have to buy things they don't need because they care more about what people think of them than what they think about themselves. Hey, if you cannot break free from this kind of mentality, you won't be able to live the life you want. Of course, you won't be able to play big, right? And it's common to want the society validation and fit in because our brain works in a way that it wants you to be safe and feel comfortable and not agitate, not cause commotion. And, you fit in, you're part of this, and the rules are this, and it's very common because during the cave days, our brain has been trying to protect us so you don't get attacked by the bear, right? But the cave days are over. Today, the people that are reaching greatness and they are achieving, go and look around. It's definitely not the ones that are fitting in for any rules of any society. Like, they stand out. It doesn't mean that, you shouldn't do what's right. I'm not saying that. It's just like they stand out. What they do is not the norm. That's why they stand out and they achieve greatness. You can check anybody, any person that is successful. So if you are looking for greatness as well, you gotta have to play big. And one of the ways to do that is to not seek for external validation. Look inside yourself and you should validate yourself, not other people. That's a great tip. Tip number 2 is have self-awareness. Okay, the main thing in order to play big is to play your game. That is key for you to understand what that means. Okay, if you have a cousin or anybody that you know or any role model that is playing big, it doesn't mean that your game is gonna be big if you go and play that same game and do exactly what that person is doing. You know what I mean? That it's very common to have even that thing going between parents like, hey, I became a doctor and this is a big game, I suppose, whatever, a person say. So I go for my daughter and say, hey, this is the game you should be playing. It is not, it doesn't mean anything. It's only gonna be a big game if it's your game. She doesn't need to follow your footstep. It has to be your own game. And why self-awareness? Because self-awareness is gonna give you, is when you can interpret your emotion, interpret and understand your strengths and your personality. When you start to understand all this, then you know what game you're supposed to play. Because, depending on what you like and what's your passion and what's your personality and what's your strengths, this is the game that you have to go and follow. You see, if it's not to be doing, if it's not to be a doctor, it's not to be doing dentistry, so what? There's a lot of big games out there. Anything can turn into a big game if it is what you want to do. And if you're self-aware, and that's what you want. So remember, that's really a key right there. In order for it to be big, the game has to be yours. This is tip number 2.
A quote from Marianne Williamson: "You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure about you. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us."
Tip number 3 is take responsibility. You may have heard this enough about people saying you should take 100% responsibility and take control over your life. And what does that mean? It means that you're going from the victim to the victor of your life. And I've heard this enough of some people saying that I am responsible for the happiness of my family and my friends. And because I'm gonna make them happy, they're gonna come back and make me happy too. That's powerless. It's a victim mentality. Because you are responsible for your future and your happiness, you can't give that power away because you're never going to be able to play big because you don't have the power to make yourself happy or, to choose happiness because it depends on other people's, to offer you that. It is so powerless. Don't go that way, and if you have the power, you take responsibility. Guess what's gonna happen? When challenges come, that's gonna allow you to choose how to react. And because you know that happiness in your future depends on you, you're gonna react the right way to the challenges. So this is a really important tip right here. Take control of your life, take responsibilities. It's really important. And I hope you guys like the topic and the quote today, and I'd love to hear from you. What is the game that you play? Is it a big game? What are your plans? Go ahead and leave me comments below. And if there's any topic you want me to talk about, I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't done yet, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our pages on Facebook and Instagram at Icon NL Center for more Inspired Tuesdays. I see you guys next week. Bye-bye.